Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to talk about how you can view the changes you've made and view your guide. And so once you're logged into your control panel, then you just can click into the guide you're working on. Once you're on the guide control page, now you're saying, well, how can I view this? Actually, I'm going to go back for a second. Up here in the top right are the two links to download the Locals Guide app, which you can download in iOS or Android. You need to do this first before you can see the results of your published guide. So I have my phone here, and I have my guide open. So I'm using a screen sharing that I can show you now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my app. Now my key, I'm going to go into this guide here, Ashland. The key for this guide is Ashland. And you'll see what happens. So if you put the incorrect key, it won't work. But what it will do is download the guide, and here you can see the little introduction. I'm going to go ahead and arrange my screen a little so you can see it side by side. And we can discuss it in more depth of how it's exactly working. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to click into my guide, and sorry about this. There we go. Okay, so here we have the guide introduction. I'm going to click into this. This is the image that's here. And then the little introduction where I put the code to make Ashland, Oregon turn bold. Let's change this just a little more. Okay. If I go back out to my dashboard, you can see offline mode is enabled. It's at 86.81, which is right there, and it's a paid guide. So if I go into guide setup, I should see what the price is for it. Okay. We're getting a little slow connection here. Apologize for that. What I'm going to do, let's see. Okay, so it's paid for $199. So I'm going to go back up to my dashboard. I'm going to come over here. So I don't want to download the offline guide. I'm going to click into view the online guide. Now here's the title, which is showing right here. The title is set in guide settings over here. Guide setup. Right there. And then the splash page is right here, which is on this page right here. So it is downloading this guide right now, which is taking a little bit of time. And now we're moving into it. So here we have the app header image showing, and then we have the categories. So I'm going to go into manage categories, and you can see that it's going to match the welcome, top 50 things to do. This is just a category we called expired, where we were hiding things we didn't want to do. I can just drag that to the bottom right now because that's not important. So let's see. Right down here. And this is an enormous guide, so not sure how that's going to work. I'm going to just leave it there for now because it's a very big guide. So going back up, we've got the airport is turned off, so that in this test category is turned off. Going into attractions, this has got everything from family fun, all these subcategories, murals, and it can go into 3 levels deep. History and culture, so there's that. Weather is the RSS. the theater. Let's see here, theater. So let's click into theater. This is an example of a category that has a header image up here. And then we have all of the different theaters listed. This one, OSF, is a very big theater in Ashland, Oregon. Here we have all of their events. And when you're in like this, you can favorite it. You can click into it. I forgot if I have concierge mode enabled, but I might. If it's, no, I don't. This is actually their phone number. You can visit their website. You can get directions, and there's the brief little thing. You can have lots of different pictures. You can have more than one picture. So this is an example. In Ashland, one of the top 50 things to do. Let's go up here and look at that. I'm actually going to click in from here. The top 50 things to do. We've got, I'm clicking in this number, and it's going to take us to the listings. These are all of the 50 things, and you'll see in listing management, if you click the title, it'll actually take you to the HTML preview of it. It's kind of helpful. If you want to manage it, you can click into edit. And on this side, I'm going to find Crater Lake. Okay, so I don't know where it is, so I'm just going to go up here to the search, and I'm going to search it, and there it is right there, this listing that we wanted. So here's the little description. Let's see, it's lagging a little bit. Okay. The directions. This is a little bit of the back-end control for this, and then the photos. Again, this is very detailed. I think in this video, what I'm just trying to give you an idea of is the basics of how to see your app and manage categories and then add listings. So I'm going to go back out to manage categories, and then actually what I'm trying to do in this video is just give you an idea of what you can control. So let's go into footers. So we're going to go into mobile guide here. Oops. Footer. Okay, so here's the footer down here. And footers, you will need to log out and then log back in if you want to see it. And so it's not as dynamic. We're going to go ahead and in the app, I'm going to, you can see here if they want to buy the offline guide. Now what I've done in the app is clicked into the home section. I can go back into my guide and view it again. Let's see if the footer loads this time. Doing a quick update. Okay, there we are. So there's the new footer actually which got built in. So you can see how quick it is. Okay, so I wanted to go into a little bit more detail about the multi-guide management features of Locals Guide. So when you're first downloading the app and you've got your guides in your dashboard, each guide will have its own unique key. Now I've logged into another account here where you can start to see all the different types of guides that you might be able to create. Here's an audio guide, an educational guide, a club guide, one for a conference, a B&B, a film festival, a hotel. And so whatever you decide to create in your Locals Guide account can all be managed from your main control panel. And once you have the main Locals Guide app on either your iPhone or Android, then you're able to simply provide this unique app key to your customers so they can get private access to your guide. So I'm going to give you a quick example of that. Welcome is a key that's being used by a hotel in Ashland, Oregon. It's just a really nice hotel guide. Here they have everything in there about their hotel, basically their whole welcome guide. Your customer only needs to download Locals Guide once, but they can enter different keys multiple times. So let's do this film festival guide. This is a guide for the Ashland Independent Film Festival when we were sponsors of this event. It would normally have a little introduction here, but there's not. But we're going to go right into it. It's downloading the guide. This is everything that's in there. It's very in-depth once again. Going back, let's enter club to show you an example of a club. This is a guide for a magazine for expats in Costa Rica to become members of. So if you have a club or organization that needs a private guide, this is how you could use it. It's in the process of downloading, and here's all the exclusive information for the members. Go ahead and download one for B&B. This is B&B in Guatemala. And obviously they can fill out more categories when they're ready. Go ahead and show you one or two more. This is an educational guide for a school. And then show you one for, let's do this brewery guide. Doesn't have the header inserted, but that can be added. There they go. And let's do one more for conference. Oops. Okay, so as you can see, the sky's the limit. You can really build whatever you want, from theaters, parks, nature, art, sports, music. These are all samples, and you will have these keys available so you can download and view the demos yourself. As you come back in here, you can easily delete or jump back into the guide that you're most interested in. And that wraps up our lesson for today of Guide Management Part 2.